What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of RGTP. I am your host, Lewis, and with me, as always,
Yeah.
the Undertaker. Wait, no,
Yeah.
that's not the Undertaker.
Oh,
That's Mamba. Never mind.
hey.
Never mind.
I
Mama got the
think
hair down today, looking a
his
little
wife
different
is
today.
from somewhere around here, so
Mamba, Jigglypuff, world
Yep.
titles in the background, Funko Pops.
Yep.
How are we doing on this fine Friday?
Yo, the fact that it's Friday makes it already a great day, to be honest. So chilling, man. Chilling.
Yeah, we got some exciting wrestling today. We got Intercontinental Championship match. We got tag team triple threats. We have the women's tag team championships being defended tonight. Roman Reigns will be on our television screen. And then later after that, John Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. Britt Baker finds her way back on a Rampage. Rampage is trying to kick it up. Wardlow will be back also. So they're trying to spice up the Rampage and get shit together down there in AEW finally. Their Fridays have been lackluster.
I mean, you definitely lackluster. Got to get back to the live for it. Feels like that gives it a little bit more. They still trying to figure things out. It's been a couple years. Not everyone's ready. And yeah, it's been 4 years. But
Right.
give them time. They're building something from literally nothing.
They is on it. But on this Friday, we like to talk about wrestling, and what better place to start in the wrestling world than what has been sweeping the nation by storm over the last week. Mercedes Varnado, also known as Sasha Banks, has agreed to a release months ago, dating back into the summertime. Before we dive into what we think is going to happen, where she's going to go, we do have one thing confirmed, Mamba. Come the new year, January,
Day
she
one.
will be in the Tokyo Dome at some point in some capacity, doing a promo, backstage, wrestling a match. What the hell? Who knows? But that is one thing we do have officially confirmed. She will be a part of New Japan in some way.
Yeah, you was about to say she about to be part of Bullet Club.
So, Mamba, how are we feeling about this news and kind of what we know now and we heard about a few months ago? Obviously, 7 months ago, kind of everything was brewing, and now we have official word, sort of, kind of, not yet. WWE hasn't, done their whole future endeavors thing quite yet.
Yeah, but we did see that it was come January 1st. She's no longer with the company, so it makes more sense about her tweet now about how it's been 6 months and I'm finally getting what I want. My only question about her release is what happens to Naomi? Like her husband, her family, her part of her bloodline, they have kids one day.
Right.
But she could leave, and she's a big enough star in the wrestling world to where if she was to show up at Impact, at AEW, at New Japan with Sasha, people will be excited about that to see what she can do. Sasha, I think everybody is ready to see who, where, when she wrestles next.
Yeah. So on the point of Naomi, if I remember correctly, there was something that's along the lines of she's gonna come back. If she wanted to come back, it's gonna be basically by herself.
Yep.
And if she expected to come back with Sasha, like, it's not happening. Pretty much was kind of the.
I mean,
the
she left
vibe.
with her, but
yeah, they wanted to. Naomi's plans were to return at some point with Sasha, obviously as a tag team, and continue going forward, and that is kind of derailed the whole thing. Obviously now that she's out and about on her own, we shall see what's next for Naomi or Trinity. We shall see. We shall see in the very near future. But yeah, Sasha will be at Wrestle Kingdom in some capacity. And now that starts to open the doors, the forbidden doors, all these extra gates. Is she going to be full-time New Japan, part-time New Japan? Will she go to Impact? Will she go to AEW? What is going to happen in the year of 2023 for someone still in their prime? Very much so, still in her prime, still young, multiple-time world champion, tag team champion, was
in the Mandalorian
been a Hollywood, getting into the cannabis business and owner herself. She's ready to branch off into more things beyond the squared circle.
Right. What's next for her though in this coming year is the money she wanted, because that was apparently the dispute. I saw apparently reports earlier was she wanted Becky money, but the
Yep.
WWE didn't view her as Becky Lynch status, which, being a fan of Becky Lynch, that makes my heart so warm knowing that they love Becky Lynch. But it also, begs, is Sasha egotistical? Like, does her ego get in the way sometimes
Okay.
of the bigger picture? It's going to be asked, but go get your money. Go wrestle Saraya, Dr. Britt Baker, Tony Storm, Jamie
Right.
Hayter, Kyrie, and I know there's women in Stardom that I don't know nothing about that be killing the scene too, because I see the like videos every once in a while of like
Yeah.
an elbow. They do crazy shit over there, so she can go over there and wrestle. I'm just ready to see her wrestle again.
Right.
That's all I want to see, because she's a great wrestler. She is one of the best, one of the 4 horsewomen for a reason.
Yep.
WWE has a lot of people though, and they'll be fine without her.
Yeah.
Like Bianca's been great. Raquel can be great. Nikki Cross hasn't really been given anything. Alexa's coming back. Like they have enough people to hold them over. And Sasha, where yes, it is a big name that they're losing, they'll be fine with who they have.
Yeah, it's sort of like a win-win, so to speak. So the last 6 months, she has been on WWE programming anyway. They've been able to hold afloat without her. I know some fans obviously aren't going to be happy about it,
Right.
but it's kind of something you got to roll with at this point. And it's a win-win for her because she gets to do whatever the hell she wants now. If it is that she wants to just kind of be a part-time, not take as many bumps, go a little bit more Hollywood, take on some more roles,
She's
expand
had
her
injuries
business.
in her history with WWE too, so
Multiple times, yes.
yeah.
She has been banged up. So it would make sense if she wants to be more so on a part-time-ish
Right.
schedule, just not do the traveling, the up and down, the house shows, and so on and so forth. That sort of is tacked on with being a WWE
Right.
superstar. So I don't really blame her. The company should be fine without her, and
Oh, yeah.
she's gonna be fine without the company. It's pretty much a win-win. However, whichever way you view it, you just gotta hope for the best for her and her future endeavors.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she don't
If
suffer
you
any injuries.
if you just hating for no reason, get out of here,
Yeah,
bro. Unless
the
she's kicked
early
your dog in front of your face.
early reports, she's not Becky Sasha money, which was kind of what was going around early on. She wanted to be paid like that. Then some of the clips resurfaced from the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast that she did earlier this year, where she was talking about being paid more and being better financially well off because she knows who she is, what she is now.
The boss.
The boss, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She is the boss. So she's probably gonna be just fine. She's going to be just
She's gonna win championships too, wherever she goes.
wherever she goes. Absolutely, absolutely. From one release that was confirmed long ago to a shocking, stunning release Wednesday morning, we woke up to the news of former NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose was officially released. A lot of reports coming out, whatever you want to believe. She asked for her release. She didn't ask for her release. It was forced
I
on
thought she
them.
was surprised. I didn't
Whatever the
see
outcome.
ever that she asked for a release. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of crazy, right?
So there was a lot of there was some reports and some rumors that she decided when it was brought to her WWE's attention, she was giving the option get rid of the site or continue on your career, and she kind of went about like, hey, this is actually paying me more than your WWE contract, and that was the route that she decided to take. Whether it's true, false, however, Mamba, how did you take the initial news? Because I didn't really get wind of the whole thing until maybe Tuesday. I think Tuesday or Monday.
Yeah.
And I started seeing on Twitter, it was like, oh, I already knew about this, or this isn't common knowledge. I was like, well, what is everybody buzzing about? And you kind of do a little bit of research, do a couple clicking.
Yep. As soon as I found out about it, right, from Twitter, because it was like, oh, why is Mandy trending? And I was like, why is Mandy trending with? Oh, okay. Okay. She was losing that title. Especially after Roxy was like, hey, we're doing this tonight. I was like, that title's changing hands tonight. Okay, makes sense. The firing, though, that caught me by surprise. And my initial reaction was China. When, she won. Yeah, she was going to be WWF champ, right? She could have been the face of the WWF at the time, WWE. but she wanted to do Playboy, and they were like, well, if you're going to be on Playboy, we can't have you be the face of our company.
Right.
And that's kind of like where we're at, where it's her own site, so it's her own personal, right?
Yep.
And people are paying her for it, and you're not allowed to distribute her property or you get sued, you know? Those people are going to be in trouble. Whoever did it, whoever made WWE notice,
Right.
they're done, right? And then they come out and they're like, yeah, we'll bring her back later on down the line. What if she doesn't want to come back?
Right.
What if that pissed her off to the point where she just spent the past 2 years rebuilding herself in NXT and rebuilt herself, did she, right? No matter where she goes now, people are going to follow because people have become fans of Mandy Rose or whatever her name becomes, right?
Right.
I think it's stupid. It's really dumb. We live in an age where this shit is literally everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yep.
And I get you don't want your face of the company in like situations like that, but you have people posing for Playboy, for Sports Illustrated. Sure, you're not showing everything, but it's still implied like, oh, my tits are out, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's weird, bro. People hate sex, but sex is the oldest profession in the world, bro.
Literally. No, legit. The firing absolutely caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting that. Was really expecting Toxic Attraction to be moved up to the main roster at some point in the very near future, especially going into 2023 as the women's division, especially on SmackDown. We've been talking about now. Sasha's gone. No Mandy call up. It's gonna need some help, and it sucks. She did spend 2 years down there reinventing herself, built a little bit of a faction, built a nice following, reigned as champion for over a year. Yes, wrestled all the women in NXT, whoever they newcomers, veterans. She's wrestled them all. Yep. Literally united the championships, unified the championships at Worlds Collide earlier this year, and now she's just done.
She's done.
It's just an abrupt end to a very good run for her. Honestly, Mandy Rose, no fault to her. Well, fault to her, no fault to her. However you want to view it, whatever.
Right.
We don't blame you whether you decided to go about your way.
That's why they didn't want it.
Very questionable decision. Very, very questionable decision. And then obviously with the Mercedes news literally following back to back, it's like, oh wow, you just lost two
AEW about to bolster their rosters.
Two of their very prominent women, obviously. So that just sucks. But what is next for her? AEW? Potentially Impact?
She's chilling for right now. Her fiance, husband, former NFL player, former wrestler. They'll be all right. You know, she can literally do whatever she wants to next.
No wrestling for the time being. Modeling career?
If she wants to. AEW is always going to be the go there, right? But like, we have history of AEW not being the best. And I know I said earlier, you got to give them some time. Maybe bringing in more women like that does help them get to the point where their storylines are a little bit better, more cohesive, more women wrestling matches. Can help train some of the women, because they're coming from the WWE system, so they been there for a while. She can literally do anything she wants. If she wants to wrestle, do it. If not, you don't have to. You're making bank already.
Yup. Legit. Well, shout out to Mandy, and hope whatever you decide next goes for you. Hopefully you don't get a ridiculous non-compete or anything stupid like that. And
they fired her. They should not be allowed to give her one.
Hey, like I said, there's rumors that she decided that she asked for her release. We'll definitely see. Things are definitely gonna come to light over the next few weeks and such as things continue to surface. As continuing onwards, reports coming in and surfacing and resurfacing here and there. There is a guy by the name of Vincent
stay the fuck away.
McMahon that's ready to return, would like to return. He believes that this whole situation he's in would have blown over by now if he's just stayed as a part of WWE and stayed basically running the whole show and doing all his shenaniganries and tanking TV and tanking stock. And I know the second you heard this, you was like, no.
No,
God,
no. We're gonna talk about this next week, right? About best moments. This won't be my best moment, but it definitely should be. Vince McMahon no longer being in control of WWE that
right.
has taken WWE to the next level for themselves. Every pay-per-view has been sold out. Every pay-per-view is like, oh, well, this is the largest crowd. Oh, this is the largest viewership of this pay-per-view. This is the highest grossing box, whatever. It
Yep.
has been fantastic for WWE. And if this man thinks, oh, if I stayed, it would have blown over. If you think after saying that and coming back, it's going to stay blown over, you're dumb. You are dumb. And I sent you the thing literally like a next morning
Yep.
that stockholders was selling their stocks because they didn't want to be a part of it anymore because they thought he was coming back. He needs to stay away. Just, you're done. It's okay. You're like 95 years old, bro.
Yep.
WWE is in good hands.
It
We
is.
don't need your wrinkly hands, man.
Oh, pain. No, I hear it. It's the product is good where it's at. We just,
So good.
we're gonna talk about the Iron Survivor Challenge, which obviously replaced War Games, which was brought up to the
Yep.
main roster. We've seen a few returning superstars, men and women alike. We've had commentary team changes. We've had championship changes. Brought back the not SmackDown, but the women's tag team championships.
People given actual opportunities.
We having debuts on main event. We had talked about we had talked earlier about Kaylee Ray showing up on main event, doing did her WWE trial. It's all trending in the right direction for 2023. They're ready to scrap some pay-per-views, bring some pay-per-view back, redo some concepts, ready to travel more, going more international.
Taking the production in a different level as well. Like we have the cinematic matches. The cinematic matches being so popular, it allows for your backstage segments to be more cinematic as well. And that's what I want. I literally text you, it makes it more like a TV show when you have the backstage stuff to go with the in-ring.
I hear it. I absolutely hear it. It's just Vince don't need to come back. Agree. Vince don't need to come back. He's gonna take the business down to the ground.
Dude's salty that it's better than what he was doing.
Yeah, basically.
He's salt. That's all it is.
Before we jump into the pay-per-view discussion, talk about NXT deadline. Let's talk about another superstar in some controversial rumors and reports. Our good old bro, young Mr. Riddle, is conflicting reports now. Early reports were he violated his second drug test, and it was now suspended, sent to rehab for the next 30 days, so on and so forth. Reports as early as yesterday, I want to say, or maybe as early as today, had surfaced that it was not true, that they were false, and he's actually took some time away to deal with his very nasty divorce.
Yeah, his personal life.
Yeah.
It's been all over Twitter.
Yeah, so no matter what it is, it looks like regardless, he's going to either get help in the marriage department or, most importantly,
the mental,
the mental and any sort of drug abuse that he's going for.
Either option is going to help his mental.
So our good bro Riddle was written off TV by the Solo chair corner.
I mean, that man is a monster. Yeah, he could have broken his neck.
Well, that was the whole point.
That's actually what happened.
For the next 6 weeks or so, at this point, I believe it's like 5 weeks, Riddle will be getting some help outside for out-of-ring things, and we just hope him the best, and hopefully he can come back soon. We talk about he has potential. If those belts ever split, he has true world champion potential. The crowd loves him, fans love him, women love him, kids love him, potheads love him, Randy loves him.
Hit the ball. Elias isn't going to turn on him, bro.
Right.
He isn't going to turn on him now.
Right. He stood up for him. Like, everyone loves Riddle. So hopefully he's back soon, and he can come back on our screen soon, man. Get well soon, Riddle. Get well soon. But our first pay-per-view stop for this show, we had NXT Deadline, and particularly the Iron Survivor Challenge matches, as previously mentioned before, which is really what I want to talk about because everything else is kind of pretty predictable.
New Day.
Pretty predictable. Oh, yeah, New Day.
New Day.
We'll definitely gonna see
Yeah.
what New Day does.
Congrats to Kofi, 15 times Triple Crown for
We
them.
will definitely see what comes of this New Day title run going forward. It's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting.
But
But
yes,
our
the
Iron
main
Survivor
attraction.
winners were Roxanne Perez, who went on to cash in her opportunity, exchange her opportunity, claim her opportunity, whatever the hell it is, to become the number one contenders for Mandy Rose NXT Women's Championship, and cashed in. Was successful.
Right. It kind of makes me question, when did they find out like
Right.
Mandy
Okay.
had that site? Because going in, you would pick Indy, which I would have loved that.
Right.
Build a story, but with Roxanne winning and then Tuesday winning the title.
And gets pinned like 3 times.
Yeah, it seems like they known going into the weekend, and they were like, all right, we're going forward with this. And it's tough, but Roxanne, prodigy, loves her referee gear. And
Right.
we'll have to see where and how she does as champion now. The chase is always good.
Right.
But how do you keep it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Her first challenger, maybe Cora. Like, just because they already had that built in, or Indy, or, someone like that to just give Roxanne a big W with her first title defense,
Yeah. So, what was it? The original plans, if it's said to be reported to be true, Roxanne was going to be set to challenge on the January 18th episode of NXT, which would have been the New Year's the New Year's tease
hell,
that they've
whatever.
been doing.
Yeah.
Whatever it was supposed to be.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah, what New Year's New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. I don't know if that's what it's named this year, but
I think it is. I think I remember
Stratton being like baby. Oh, probably. We've seen Tiffany Stratton being, the New Year's coming thing. So there was reports that that's where that title match was supposed to happen, basically a month from now. So we would have had some sort of a build, some sort of a story. Right. If they found out sort of, between Monday, Tuesday, and then had to change the decision, then maybe. And then, yes, Cora Jade is most likely going to be her next challenger. I don't know if this week is taped or was taped for NXT because they're going out for a little while. Yep. There is some mixed tag team actions. Cora Jade is teaming up with Grayson Waller to take on Braun and Roxanne.
I knew it. I knew they were gonna do that
in like the live event, or it's gonna happen on this recorded. I forget. I know I seen it. But that's sort of the path it looks like. It looks like they're just gonna pick up that story again. But enough about that. The actual match itself, the women put on a hell of a display. Kiana James goose-egged. Obviously, we had our winner in Roxanne Perez, but Zoe Stark picked up some pins. Indy Hartwell picked up some pins. Cora Jade picked up some pins, and all 5 women in this match looked pretty damn good.
Yeah. I would say this was like more about the match. The match, It was non-stop. The 25 minutes, I was saying, oh, they probably need some more time, right?
Right.
25 minutes felt like the right amount of time. People, not as much in the women's as it was the male match.
We'll get to that.
But finishers were protected, right? Like, people weren't kicking out after so much had been done to them. So that's what I was happy about, to see. Oh, they hit a finisher, but they didn't kick out.
Everyone ate a pin? I think everyone ate a pin.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember.
Roxanne got pinned like twice, right?
Yeah, Roxanne got pinned 2 or 3 times.
Zoe got pinned a good amount of times.
Zoe got pinned twice, I think. Also, Jade got pinned. I really don't remember if Kiana got pinned. I really don't remember.
I feel like she definitely did.
There were a lot of pins. Everyone sort of pinned each other, obviously, except for Kiana. But yeah, no, I was excited. They sort of set the tempo. They had to be the first ones out to show us what the match was going to kind of look like, how it was going to be orchestrated. The penalty box was a very unique thing. We'll get to how it worked out for the men's. The women, we didn't have any
it was only one in at a time.
It was only one in at a time. So they sort of seemed like they worked this slow. We got some outside action, inside action, some high flying, just a little bit of all around everythingness. And then of course, Cora Jade looks like she'll go with Roxanne. Indy, I think, is planning to eventually get called up. I don't know where
I
the
mean,
future
we've
lies
been saying this for like the
for
past 2
her
months, bro.
at the moment. And then, of course, Zoe Stark should potentially, well, most likely continue her feud or progress her feud with Nikita Lyons, however that goes. And then that leaves us with Kiana James, who looks like she will be dealing with some more Fallon Henley.
She
And
bugged that shirt.
you think
She
so?
put a bug in the shirt so they can get some dirt on Fallon so they can take over the bar, bro.
They got some interesting things going on. All 5 women looked great. We ended up getting a new women's champion out of it. The women's tag team division has a number one contenders match that will most likely be a triple threat. I think is was also being
Yes.
rumored
I
for
think it
the
was confirmed.
championships. Was it confirmed?
I believe so.
So the women's division in NXT started up hot, and I
Yep.
messaged you first hour, all women. We had obviously the Iron Survivors Women Challenge, then Isla Dawn versus Alba Fire,
Yep.
and then we obviously had the Ivy Nile Tatum Paxley interview beforehand, and then the Toxic Attraction breakdown afterwards. So women owned the first
And
hour
what's
of
next for
Deadline.
Indy? She's about to be fighting Electra, and
Maybe
it's kind of smart
forget
keeping her
about
there.
Lopez.
Yeah, that whole segment has women that haven't been given screen time, so
Yep.
Indy will be a great let me show you how it works in the ring, and then I'll send you on your way to do your own thing, and then I'll go do my own thing. She is the veteran of the women's division now to help the younger people, you know.
In a weird way, Moving onwards, we got the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, and the winner is none other than Grayson Waller, as predicted by me, of course. He wins, and then to end the show, he is holding up the NXT
Yep.
Championship, giving Braun that signal that he is coming, he is lurking, he is on the way. But the men's Iron Survivor Challenge was spectacular, start to finish. We got high flying spots,
Pinfalls.
we got a lot of pins, we got all out brawls inside the penalty box, which I was dying to see. We got a full out sprint, literally sprint around the ring to end the show. To end the match. Mamba, how do we feel about the men's Iron Survivor Challenge after having a follow up with the women?
Chaotic. The women's match, it was nonstop. They had their spots. They were going. They go. The men, it just broke down. Grayson Waller came in immediately, got 2 quick pinfalls. 2. Right. Roxanne won with 2 pins. You know, this man had 2 pins within the first 10 seconds. Crazy. And then, like you mentioned, when 2 people were in the box, personally, I was hoping it was JD and Gacy because serial killers they are, you know. But when you have multiple people in a tiny space like that and they hate each other, didn't know there was a roof you could climb out of.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Until Axiom did it, but just the nonstop brutality that this match brings and the potential, they say no DQs, but every match eventually becomes some type of no DQ. So if we ever got a hardcore version of the Iron Survival Challenge, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. This match was successful. It definitely got over with the crowd. I feel like it got over with me. It got over with you.
Oh yeah.
They took a risk, and that's what NXT is. It's developmental, not even just people, developmental for match types as well. Pretty good hands that we're in for the NXT division.
It was amazing. Obviously, JD and Axiom will continue their feud. What's next for Carmelo Hayes in the future is going to be interesting to see. Grayson Waller is obviously ready and has his sights set on the NXT Championship. And then Joe Gacy sort of still hasn't found a bit of a feud yet with anyone in particular, but he looked great. Put on an outstanding performance. So what do you think is next for the leader of the Schism, who's sort of lost right now? We know Hayes will eventually challenge for the NXT Championship in 2023. He'll most likely hold it. JD and XCM are going to be busy. And then, we know where Waller's going. And then the 5th man here, he's kind of the Kiana James of it, where it's where are you going next?
It would be a lot, but I would love to see Gacy thrown into the North American title. Okay. You got Dijak, who I get RoboCop.
Punisher.
He's there, and he's not a heel. He's not a face. He literally said he is just there to deal out justice, right?
Yeah.
You have Tony D, who is a mafia guy,
Right.
and then Wesley, and then you just throw in Gacy, who can go on the mic with them, who skills them, and like they all just add a different dynamic. Fatal 4-way, probably don't want to go that route.
Right.
They got 3 already. See how
Yeah.
it plays out, but I could definitely see Gacy holding the North American title before he's done with NXT. Will he get the NXT championship? Maybe not, because of who is at the top for it.
Right.
But he can prove himself to be a legitimate mid-card title holder, and then allow that to elevate him wherever he goes after that.
No, I hear it. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens with him going forward, because I actually can see him potentially holding on to that NXT championship at some point
That'd be great.
in the future. I really do. I think they just need to kind of figure out and iron out some more of the kinks in what Schism is trying to do.
Right.
Probably get them fully tear down sort of the psycho fits, so to speak. Joe Gacy's finally out of that fucking ridiculous suit that they had him wrestling in
He
for
was
a
a
while.
preacher, man.
So kind of getting away from those like kind of psych wardy vibes.
Right.
Keep him going crazy. I like the buggy eyes. He looks crazy. The shit he says is good, but get him back into some natural ring gear. Let Schism kind of go a little more. Let's see the tag. Let's see the dyad. Let's see what Ava Rain can possibly become.
Right.
It's a women's division that is, sort of, it's trying. It's definitely trying. It's featured a lot on NXT television. Like previously mentioned, it's on the first hour. So Gacy and company could definitely be a threat going into 2023, maybe late 2023 into early 2024. And it might be, a little bit of more of a build, because he was literally just losing to Braun and no one really cared. He was with Harlan. So he kind of has the Tony D'Angelo from War Games last year, where we're like, he's kind of just a shuffle guy at the moment.
Right. When I first seen Joe Gacy, I was like, oh, he's Kevin Owens light with a serial killer's name. And you can't tell me I'm wrong. He can go in the ring. He can go on the mic.
Yeah.
And he's got the belly. He's got the belly, Yeah.
I see
and
it.
his hair is similar. Yeah. But he is his own character. He will establish himself as his own guy.
Yep.
He needs a little bit more time, right?
Yeah.
And with Schism, I feel like they're gonna get more people.
Think so?
I do, because they have the tree, and there was a couple masks that didn't have bodies for the mask. Some of the. I'm all right with the 4 now, but I just get the feeling they may add a couple more.
That's definitely gonna be.
I thought Dijak was gonna be a part of them, but I'm glad he's not.
Nah, probably not. Probably not. That's gonna do all the WWE talk. Let's talk some AEW/ROH. One better place to start than with ROH. Final Battle gave us some blood.
Yes.
Some blood and some surprising moments. But let's start with the swing. Claudio Castagnoli is once again the ROH World Champion. It makes Chris Jericho tap out to the giant swing of all things.
Yep.
Blackpool Combat Club is not dead, which also leads me to Willa Yuna regains the ROH Pure Championship from Daniel Garcia.
Love
Blackpool Combat Club is not dead. Kind of these two matches go hand in hand together because it's the same thing. Mamba, how are we feeling? I went in saying it wasn't happening.
I went in half-cocked. I gave Claudio the title, but I didn't give you the title. I'm glad both had them.
Right.
The swing, though, him tapping to the swing, everyone was like, oh, that's stupid. No one taps to the swing. That man was swinging for like 30 seconds, bro. You telling me you wouldn't be dizzy? You wouldn't be throwing up on yourself, bro? Yep. Like, he tapped out because he was swinging for mad long and he was tired. He was dizzy. I'm okay, because we were not expecting that. Had it been like an uppercut or a pile driver or, something like that, it would have been like, oh, congratulations. But no one was expecting Chris Jericho to tap out to the swing, and that's what makes it good. Yep. It also now allows for Cesaro, why do I keep doing it? For Claudio to have more people tap out to the swing.
Maybe.
Chris Jericho tapped out to it. It's okay if you tap out to it now. Like,
probably.
It seems like that was maybe their attempt to make something for Claudio, you know? And I'm all right with that. Wheeler Yuta, I was kind of mad at Daniel Garcia forcing that man to use his rope breaks, but it was so smart.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. And then there was one point where Garcia's holding the rope, and I'm like, bro, you going to take away his rope break?
Me
That man
too.
was grabbing the rope. You need to
Me
take away
too.
his rope. And I
Yep.
don't think they ever took it away until like after, and he grabbed it again. I was like, bro, that is 2 rope breaks that need to be gone. But it didn't matter. Wheeler Yuta, Claudio, champs. So happy.
Future of ROH, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. It's going places. It's going
Yep.
places. We're almost certain that it was going to be Chris Jericho leading the whatever television deal, stream deal, whatever it was. And I'm pretty damn glad he's not. I'm sorry, Chris
Oh,
Jericho.
yes.
You should take a bit of a break now.
He's putting over action, man. He's putting people all over.
Yeah, that was something.
Lovely.
That was something. But yeah, no, ROH, new ROH World Champion, new ROH Pure Champion, new ROH Women's Champion Athena. We saw that one coming. Becomes ROH Women's Champion. And then the match that we both predicted. But we couldn't predict how damn fucking good it was gonna be. Top Guys versus Them Boys was officially rated a 5.5.
Oh my goodness. 5.5?
5.5.
That's illegal, man.
5.5, I believe, was what was reported earlier today or yesterday.
You know what that half star was? When that man got yanked off that top rope onto those chairs, man. Hell yeah.
Dax did share a picture on his social media of the spot of him, the superplex onto all the chairs with Jay. He has a ridiculous bruise, like almost his entire left ass cheek is obliterated. It is absolutely insane. But Them Boys walked in and walked out champions in a double dog collar match. We saw tables, we saw multiple chairs, we saw some absolutely insane fucking bumps and a lot of fucking blood.
Double dog collar.
What an idea.
Who knew, right? Who knew that was gonna go? Well, they probably did because they did it. I believe that was only their 3rd match, by the way. I definitely tried Googling to see how many matches they had, and I could only find 3. So I think that was their 3rd match. Unfortunately, I do believe this is the end of the road for FTR. And who better to lose the titles to than the Briscoes, right?
Right.
And then they even showed them on AEW. They showed part of the match, and it's like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Fantastic match. 5.5 stars, respectfully. Definitely thought there would have been a little bit more tables gone through, though. There was one setup that didn't get used, so I'm a little disappointed.
He used the chairs instead.
It's just probably one of the matches of the year, if not match of the year.
Definitely one that should be in consideration. Absolute bangers from so match 1 was Final Battle last year before ROH went out of business. Then the rebranded ROH Super Card of Honor was match 2.
That wasn't the 2 out of 3s?
No. That is where FTR actually won the ROH championships.
Oh, okay. I thought they won at Final Battle last year.
Nope.
Okay.
Then we had the what was
2 out of 3?
Yes, we had the 2 out of 3 at
you were there. How do you forget that?
And then but what a rivalry over the culmination of the entire year. There was some blood, there was a lot of action. We really seen it all during this feud. There was absolutely spectacular, and I really hope this isn't the end of the road for FTR.
They got one more team they got to face.
I would prefer if it wasn't just we're going to Mexico and we're dropping these in about 2 months, and then we're going to Japan, and we're dropping these in Japan in about 3. I hope this isn't the end of FTR because they just done so much. Arguably the best tag team of the year. I know they came in second to the Usos it's a Pro Wrestling Insider or whatever it was. arguably the tag team of the year. They collected gold all year long. They put on banger matches. Dax in particular had a ton of amazing singles matches on AEW television. Man, I hope it's not the end of FTR.
Hey,
If they go back
we
to
have
the sure, but
we have a New Japan champion in the E. So
we'll see. We'll see
if
how
they
long that
wanted
lasts.
to get a little crazy,
We'll see how long
FTR
that
could go
lasts.
drop those AAA titles, and then they show up with the IWGP titles in WWE. Oh boy!
Well, listen. Carl has never shown his championship.
True,
We
true.
just know he's the champion.
And
But
not only that, but he successfully defended it.
yeah,
So
yep,
crazy.
yeah, no, definitely, uh, something to look out for. Definitely something to look out for. FTR. Hopefully, this isn't the end of the road.
If not, they got the Ass Boys next.
They've ruined that moment for
And
me.
they are going. Then
They've ruined.
you're gonna be pissed when FTR puts them over.
I know I am. I don't want
Yes,
to.
you are.
They
You better just get ready and
fucking
prepare
shoot.
yourself
They
now.
fucking
The
shoot.
Ass Boys will defeat FTR before FTR leaves.
They shouldn't. Just saying, they shouldn't. But Final Battle was an absolute spectacle of a fucking show, and it was truly amazing. It was truly amazing, and absolutely the Jesus hair is out. I told you, the Jesus hair is out today.
How you
But
doing, Jim?
nonetheless, we have someone earlier reported today, not official AEW wrestler, but will be on a date-to-date basis with AEW for the ongoing future. We'll be wrestling later on tonight in a thrown together fucking tag team.
8-man tag, you know. Hey, Dustin's going out. He's going out with the faces. You know, he's done after whenever he's done. This is his farewell tour. Yeah, this is his farewell tour, man.
True. But Trent Seven is partially all elite. We'll definitely have to see how it goes, how he pans out, but will be a part of AEW television, probably do some ROH work. He was at the there was a couple guys actually at the ROH show that were taking on spectating some of the championship matches. So it should be interesting to see, because we do have Honor Club, $10 a month. We'll be going, ROH will also be getting a television series or show going live some point in early next year, January, February. Be on the lookout for that. It's definitely going to be super enticing. Yeah, we great. Hey, time for relax, Jimmy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Out of work, because it's kick back and relax. We love it. But yes, Trent Seven is partially all elite. How are we feeling? Because when I told you Orange Cassidy's opponent, you were just like, no.
I was so happy, bro. Yeah, I didn't, but I was. It makes sense for him not to sign a contract, right?
Right.
Because if he was going to sign a contract and continue to wrestle in America,
yep.
Why? Why would he not stay with the company he was already with? You know, unless it was, you know, some disputes where, oh, we want you doing. This allows him to make his own schedule to an extent where they're like, hey, we want you. All right, I'll come over. But this allows him to stay based out of his home of England, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. I agree. If he was gonna be full time in the States, he probably would have just stayed with WWE. He most likely just wants to be able to have time in Europe. NXT Europe is rumored to be launching. Maybe doesn't want to get tied into a contract. We were seeing kind of how that's been playing out with all the reports once Triple H took over. Everybody was ready to jump ship, and it was basically like a big no.
Triple H is now underwhelmed with some of his people he brought back. Type shit is that.
Yeah, no, that is definitely something to be on the lookout for as we go on throughout into next year. Really, this year's coming to a conclusion. We'll have to see. Mania season is the season where things heat up, and then obviously wait for around the summertime. We got the draft and so on. We'll see how things get mixed up. Storylines change, wrestlers change brands, and then hopefully Triple H isn't so down on some of his callbacks and NXT babies. But Trent Seven should be a great addition to this roster for AEW, however he is portrayed, whatever he does going forward. Potential tag team, maybe. Looks like he's going to team up with Kip, maybe
he
going
better
forward.
not be in a tag team. That man, after tonight, better turn on Kip, because he didn't even want to jump Orange Cassidy. Like, Kip was like, yo, I brought you in. You better help me. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. But Trent was like, bro, I don't want to do this. Are you kidding me? We just had a great match, and now you want me to... Nah, he'll turn on Kip. They'll have a solid match, you know, and then go from there.
Yep. No, I hear it. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what he does going forward. And our
Hook
last
versus Trent.
stop. Oh well,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
would
know.
be solid.
We got to
Give
see
Hook
what
something
we
actual.
got to see what Hook is doing. I mean, he came out to help. Or who was it? Who the hell did he help? Not Orange. Who did he help? Who did he just help? Why
I
am I drawing a blank?
I mean, he did help Ricky one night,
That's who it
didn't
was.
he?
Did he come through for
Not
Ricky?
recently, but I know I'm pretty sure he came out after he won that title and helped him when Hobbs tried to like beat his ass or something.
Nah,
Didn't that? I don't know.
he just did something recently. He did something different recently. Literally on Wednesday. I can't think of what the hell
Yeah,
he
I'm gonna be
did.
honest. I don't remember seeing him on Wednesday.
Chased off the firm. That's what it was.
uh
He chased off the
who?
firm.
That? Yeah. Okay. I know why I didn't see that.
He chased off the firm. That's what Hook is doing. He helped. Who the hell
Jack
did
Perry.
Jungle Boy? That's right. That's who it was. Oh, Jungle Boy. Hopefully,
Big Bill, get your ass out
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah,
What a
yeah, yeah.
terrible name. But it does make sense. They are the firm.
Yep.
Big
Big
Bill.
Bill.
I understand it. But I love how commentary they kept saying Big Bill, and then they were
Yep.
like Morrissey. I'm like, so we're sticking with his name. And
They
then
don't know what to do.
after they said Morrissey probably like 4 or 5 times, they were Big
Big
Bill.
Bill.
Big Bill. I was like, all right, what are we going with here?
They are not sure, but that's what Hook is doing. And our last final stop for the show, Warner Brothers Discovery will be looking to make some changes to AEW programming and the product as a whole in terms of its presentation. I don't know if you saw those reports. It looks like you're a little.
I did not see those reports. What do
Oh,
you mean?
yes.
Like
I don't know if
changing
we're
the
getting better
production?
visual displays. How it's gonna go? If you, I don't know if you saw the reports. Former, like vice president of production, I forget his name, went to AEW just recently. Was part of WWE. He's let go a little while back. He went over there.
Gotcha.
And now it looks like Warner Brothers Discovery wants to maybe do a little bit of a facelift on the product, maybe some better camera angles, enhanced cameras.
Their
It's
ring, like around the ring, the barricades. Yo, they love throwing those barricades into their fans. So
yeah,
they'll
they
probably try to get some padding around that to
right.
stop it from. Yeah, yeah. Okay, if it's positive,
I believe so.
all for it. All
I
for it.
believe so. There, it's something to do with the presentation. I don't know if it's going to be better camera angles,
Do not
better
change that
lighting.
stage. Do not change the stage,
I don't know if
man.
it'll be the stage, the entrances, the jumbo, where commentary will be positioned and stuff like that. But
To
Warner
the
Brothers,
6 sides they go.
no, I hope not. God no. God no. Leave the six sides where it died years ago and just leave it there.
Oh,
Truthfully.
the 6 sides were great.
It was
Yeah,
not.
nah.
It was absolutely not.
Apparently that ring is like super tough taking a bump on and like ridiculous.
Because of the way the woods and Jimmy, yes, because this company AEW was founded 3 years ago, and it has like it the way the three or four,
Like
three and a half, 4 years
three
ago.
and three
Yeah.
quarters, some shit like that.
And WWE has been displaying just absolutely beautiful production for the last 20 years, and it just doesn't look the same compared on television. So that's really where it
Yeah,
seems like they want to be branded more into a not necessarily PG because they've toned it down a little bit on the blood on actual AW programming. They
yeah.
don't swear as much. They don't
I
tarnish.
tried not to.
Yeah. It looks like they're trying to make a more appealing product, a better looking product, a cleaner
Right.
product. And I don't mean clean just as cleaning up the blood and the swears and yada yada so forth. Just giving better angles and such because there's some bad angles that AEW has. I don't know if it's the camera work and so on and so forth, but Warner Brothers Discovery is planning on doing some
Right.
changes into January of 2023 and the year going forward to hopefully give it
Come
a
on,
better
it's a
face.
business. Let's look professional here, people.
Give it a bit of a facelift for the company in general, and then whatever they're gonna be planning on doing with Dark and Rampage and so on.
Right. As
Oh,
long as they don't do anything crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Trying to grow the audience. They don't sell out as much as WWE. They don't rent out the same
Their numbers for
venues.
TV has been going down too.
Exactly.
They've been under a mil, so they definitely want to try to get that back up.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do going forward. But that is going to do it for us here on this fine Friday. Make sure to tune in next Friday. We're going to break down some more
Where I
wrestling
walk on
conversation.
water.
We might see that. We really might see that. And the end of the year Fridays show, I believe 2 weeks from now. Yes, 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing a big grand of the year. We'll be crowning wrestler of the year, female of the year, tag team of the year, feud of the year, pay-per-view, match
Underrated?
of the year, underrated superstar, wrestler,
I
competitor,
think you'll
however you
like
want to
my
see it.
underrated. I've already chose my underrated wrestler of the year, man.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. We'll obviously be having that. And then, of course, tune in on Wednesday. We're going to be breaking down some more NFL tiers,
Foosball.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, of course. We'll see how the playoff picture continues to lay out. And then, of course, we're going to take a deep dive into the Eastern Conference. We'll be talking Celtics, Miami, Atlanta, the Bucks, the 76ers, all that,
The
and
Bucks just got
more.
embarrassed.
Yes, they did. But we're going to talk about all that and more. Tune in on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Mama, let the good folks know what they got to do at this time.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, notifications on. Have a great day, evening, morning, afternoon, dusk, dawn, whatever you want to call it.
Be
Peace.
easy, Jimmy. We love you. And have a good one.
Love you, Jim.
Have a good one.